My name is Nelson Cuesta. I'm the founder and CEO of AgentFire.com. And so today I'm actually going to be doing an updated version on an article that I'd released last year that ended up being wildly popular. It ended up getting close to 2 million views. In that article, I talked about some of the biggest opportunities that had come about as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so this year, I've had a bunch of people emailing me and basically asking me to do an updated version of that article, touching on what I feel are the biggest opportunities for 2021 and beyond. I think it's pretty clear at this point that the dust has settled, so to speak, on a lot of the situation with COVID. And I think at least I have a very clear understanding of some of the top opportunities that are available now and will continue to be available definitely at least throughout this year. So I also want to apologize quickly. I've been doing video stuff all morning, so my voice is starting to go a little bit, but we'll see if I can survive 30 minutes. I think we should be fine. I'm going to try to move through this as quickly as possible so we can have some time at the end to go through some Q&A. I tend to not be able to finish the stuff in time to do Q&A, so we'll see if I'm able to rise to the challenge today. So without further ado, here are what I believe are the top 5 opportunities for real estate agents in 2021 and hopefully beyond. So number 1, that's me. And if you guys want, you can follow me on Instagram at Nelson Quest, although to be honest, most of the stuff that I put on Instagram is in Spanish. I'll actually surprisingly be touching on that in this presentation, but let's begin. So number 1 is treating your database like gold. So this is probably the most obvious of the 5 opportunities, but I can't stress enough, I think the most important statistics in the entire industry for any real estate agent are these 2 right here. And these come directly from Tom Ferry. 10% of your database will move every year, and 15% of your database can send you referrals. Top performing agents in teams report being able to get 15% of their database to be able to send them referrals. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but just to put this into perspective, if you got 100 people in your database, right? And so 100 people we're talking about an agent that is like just getting started. 10% of those should be moving every year because people move generally once every 10 years. 15 of those should be able to send someone over who's looking to buy or is looking to sell. If you got 1,000 people in your database, 100 of those are going to be moving. 150 of those should be able to send you a referral. So let's look at some of the best ways to optimize, to capitalize on a database. One is to stay relevant with, let me try to move my video is covering the slide a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Stay relevant with, I think that says gift packages. Anyway, stay relevant with a word that's hidden behind my video, packages. So also throughout this presentation, I'm going to be giving, in each section, I'm going to give direct examples of agents who are executing on these strategies with tremendous success. So this first example comes from, these are our clients, the Cameron team. I believe they're out of North Carolina. And so what they're doing every quarter, you can read through some of this in the quote, but basically they're sending a gift package once a quarter to anyone they've done business with or anyone that has sent them business. I would actually challenge them to spend a couple extra bucks and send these gift packages to every single person in their database. And anyway, I'll go through why in a second. But what they're doing with this package is they're trying to find stuff that they can obviously get at a low overall cost. Obviously, if you buy the stuff in bulk, you're going to be able to negotiate better pricing. And so their theme for this past quarter was staying connected. And so they sent a wireless charger, a notepad, and a pen. In addition, they also sent a photo with their team, a little personalized update on some of the new stuff they're doing with regards to COVID-19. So they're doing a lot of Facebook Live home tours. They've been encouraging a lot of their database to go and watch those tours, what sort of COVID-safe practices they've implemented, etc. Again, I mentioned quickly that I would challenge them to send these gifts to their entire database. And let's assume this gift is $5. They've got a database of 5,000 people, or they've got a database of people, names and addresses, 5,000 people. For $5,000, I mean, that's one transaction. And again, they're only sending these gifts to people that have done business with them or sent them business. So I would personally encourage them to spend a little extra money and just take advantage, send it to their entire database. Moving along, Another great example of an agent who is doing a great job capitalizing on monetizing their database is Joseph Ardenson of TrueLocalRealty.com. And so what he does is he sends a monthly newsletter that people now really look forward to receiving. And in this newsletter, he gives a recap and predictions of what's going on in the market. So these are monthly recaps. He'll link to relevant events that are happening in the area, things that may interest people in his database. So we've got 28 days of museum moments in the San Diego Bird Festival. And then he also always includes a section for with advice for buyers and advice for sellers. My key takeaway from this is one is, when you're looking at sending a newsletter, you have to consider the frequency that you're going to send this newsletter. I highly recommend monthly. I think monthly is the perfect frequency. And as I mentioned, he's got a lot of people that actually really look forward to these him sending these updates. Number two is to leverage any sort of content that you create, anything you communicate to your database. You should always be demonstrating yourself as a hyperlocal authority, hyperlocal expert. And so you can see here. Again, by giving a recap of the market, by including his predictions, he's demonstrating expertise. By having recommendations specifically for buyers and sellers, he's demonstrating expertise. And the last thing here is branding. I'd love to I wanted to originally make a whole section on this because I see this as such a big opportunity because it's never been more cost effective to invest into your branding. For $1,000, you can go onto websites like 99 Designs or Logo Tournament. You can buy a branding package. I'm going to show you my screen real quick because I've actually got Joseph's branding guide here. So you can get a branding guide created. And to me, it's insane that an agent wouldn't invest $1,000 in creating a brand that's memorable. Like at the end of the day, your goal with sending people content through your newsletter, your goal with all of your marketing is for people to remember who you are, remember you when their friends and family mention that they've got that they're looking to buy or sell a property. And so if we look at Joseph's branding guide here, a good branding guide is going to not only define all the different looks for the logo, like how the logo should be presented on your signage, on your website, and your social media, but it's also going to define your colors, your fonts. It's going to help you to maintain brand consistency across all of your channels to create a cohesive brand that is memorable in the minds of the people that are looking at consuming your ads, reading your content, watching your videos, etc. Moving back to the slides here. Last thing I would highly recommend is to consider direct mail campaigns. This has gone like out of vogue over the last couple of years as everyone's moved to digital. But I think there's a big opportunity with direct mail, especially when you consider two things. One is the attention that people are giving to their physical mail. People are buying tons of crap on Amazon and Shopify, and so they're giving a lot of attention to their physical mail. Second thing is you have dramatically reduced costs for direct mailing. A company that I love to recommend is Handy Written. So what they allow you to do is you can upload samples of your writing, and you can then go through their website, and for I think it's a little bit over $3, you can write out a letter that you want to send to someone. Maybe you want to send it to someone after they've successfully completed a transaction with you. Whatever. For a little over $3, you can send a handwritten letter that you're typing out and then just clicking a button on your keyboard to write for you and then send. I think that's an awesome return for such a little amount of effort and investment. Moving on. So opportunity number 2. This is of all the opportunities I'm going to talk about today, this is my favorite one by far. It's using simple video content to demonstrate immense hyperlocal authority. So now more than ever, in a world that has become so connected, buyers and sellers have grown to expect that they'll be able to work with the top agents in their market, or within the specific niche type of property that they're looking to buy or sell. And never has it been easier to leverage a website and video to essentially claim authority within these specific areas. And I'll show you guys some examples. First is the Bluegrass Team. So these are our clients. They're getting close to 1,000 leads a month just through their YouTube channel, right? And let me see if I can show you guys on the screen what that channel looks like. Here we go. So, and here's the brilliance behind what they're doing, right? So you can see here, they've got videos. They've got videos with millions and millions of views. Artist Retreat, Sugar Creek, Log Cabin, 23 acres, 1.3 million views, 1.1 million views. They're getting a lot of views. They're getting a lot of leads. And so what they're doing, and the brilliance behind it is these are essentially just virtual tour videos, which we're going to talk about virtual tours a little bit later in this presentation. But essentially, it's a virtual tour video. They're injecting a little bit of personality, right, making the video a little bit more fun, and then they're going on Fiverr or Upwork and finding someone to edit the video down for maybe $50 a video maximum. And then they're adding a nice thumbnail, like a very catchy thumbnail, a very catchy title. So again, they're taking just the standard formula of creating a virtual tour video, injecting personality, catchy thumbnail, catchy title, and they're able to get tons of views, tons of engagement. And again, the brilliance behind this, beyond just that, which is again just making a slight modification to a very straightforward formula, is anyone who watches these videos and then comes into their website as a lead, because in every video they've also done a great job of just having a singular call to action in every video. They recommend people to go to their website, and they've got this VIP property list, and so that's like their main call to action in every video. Every single person that comes through their as a lead through their videos already has met people on their team. They've got this idea that the Bluegrass team are the experts within this specific niche of Kentucky real estate, right? These like horse properties, big acreage, and they just do such a fantastic job. My second example here, and let's go back to the slides, and I love this example as well. This one comes from Darren James over at StewartStJames.com. He's doing a lot of great stuff with video for his brokerage, and in this example here, this is I love a lot of the examples in the presentation today. But so what he's done here, right? And this is, man, I'd love to talk for a full hour about this. But think about when it comes to an agent that is an expert within a specific niche. Like, what is it that contribute? What is it that creates public perception of expertise within that niche, right? Like, what is it, right? It's basically just, having some form of reputation as working with and I'm jumbling my words here, but just consider the question, right? What is it that creates expertise within a specific niche? Darren has something he loves to preach, which is, what is it? Authority through association. Yes, that's it. Authority through association. So what he's done here with one of his agents is, so he's taken one of his agents, Lauren Brown, and what he had her do was, this is a new agent. He had her go out to a lot of the $1 million condos that were available for sale in the market, go through the property, record a video, upload it to YouTube, some simple editing, a little bit of critique, inject a little bit of personality, and now she's got a full playlist of videos that are focused on luxury Boston condos. And so just by doing this, she's created this aura of expertise within luxury condos in Boston. And she's a new agent. This is you can do the same thing with a website. And this is why it's so important to leverage a website to demonstrate hyperlocal expertise, because people don't know that you don't necessarily have 10 or 15 years of experience. They know what you show them. They know what you tell them. They know what you communicate to them. And you have to be able to play this game of painting the picture of who you are and what you're an expert in, so that you can, again, just take that crown of being the hyperlocal expert within these individual areas or niches. Okay. Opportunity number 3 is using hyperlocal ads to generate $2 real estate leads. So this one comes to us from our friends over at Dippity.com. And full disclosure, I did have a conversation with them, because this is essentially the secret sauce behind how they're able to generate $2 real estate leads. So for those of you guys that run Facebook and Instagram ads, you know that. And if you guys have had difficulty running Facebook and Instagram ads over the last couple of years, maybe let us know in the chat. As a lot of you guys know, in late 2019, Facebook introduced equal opportunity housing regulations, which basically made it impossible to market any sort of housing opportunity. So a lot of the listing ads that were converting so well in 2016, 17, and 18 basically became illegal in 2019. And it just killed a lot of the marketing that agents were doing. And so Deputy has figured out a way to get around this. And here's what they do. And they're able to generate $2 leads using this method. Step one, and this is 2 steps. Step one is to leverage high quality content, blog content to build trust, educate, and entertain. I'm not going to go into too much into trust, educate, and entertain, but basically the idea is to just get lots and lots of clicks for as low a cost per possible within the the ideal target demographic that you want to be marketing your ads to, right? So as you can see here, they've got, these are 2 examples, top 5 pizza spots that you have to stop in and try, 5 interesting facts about elks in Estes Park. Now, these obviously aren't real estate ads, but what they are just interesting articles that provide a lot of, they either provide value, they build trust, educate, or entertain people within the specific markets that they're trying to target, within the specific demographics that they're trying to target that Facebook won't let them target if they're running real estate ads, right? So what they're able to do with this is they're able to, all they want to do is they want to get people to click these ads. And from that, they're able to build what's called a remarketing audience, because then you can take all those clicks, you can move that, all those clicks become their own audience that you can then target your real estate ads to. So in step 2, that's where they're running, this hasn't updated, crap. Anyway, I had an example of a listing ad here. This hasn't updated on the in the webinar, but basically, so step 1 is create that remarketing audience, right? Build it, big as you can with cheap clicks within the specific target demographics that you're wanting to target. Step 2 is to run your listing ads then to that remarketing audience, and as you can see here, they're able to get leads for as low as $2 a pop. If you guys have any questions on that, or if that's unclear, I feel like that may be a little bit unclear, make sure to let us know in the chat, and I'll try to get to it at the end of the presentation. Max, if you're watching, if you can make note of any of those. Opportunity number 4 is to up your virtual open house game. So I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that I was going to give you some good examples of how to step up your virtual open house game. My favorite example, and there's a video here that I'm not able to click, but I'll just show you guys on my screen. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, I was hoping. See if I could try to talk while I find this. Okay, so let me show you my screen. So my third example comes from showmehome.com. So this is the Shannon Jones team. In my original article, they were the example that I used of a team that was doing a great job with open houses, and they had a bunch of houses that they were able to move very quickly into contract through these virtual open houses that they were running on Facebook. And so I had a chance to talk to them a couple of weeks ago, and they've made massive improvements there. So what they're doing now is, first of all, they're using streaming technology called StreamYard. And I'll see if I can try to maximize this on the screen. So they're using a streaming technology called StreamYard, which you guys can sign up. I think it's like $10 a month. I think they even have free packages. They've got a camera on a gimbal, and then so what they do is they do a virtual open house tour of the property with, in this case, it's their owner, Shannon Jones, and they slowly move through the property, each individual room. They give lots of interesting details. They give lots of interesting details of the property. They move through. Let me just show an example. I had some examples that I'm not going to have time to bring up. But anyway, kind of the summary and the key takeaways here are with StreamYard, they're able to, you see they've got a couple of their agents over here to the right. So they're able to have kind of like more of a, like a group dynamic, which is really cool. Now let's just want to load. Then they're able to, they're able to get the most bang for the buck, so to speak, with these virtual tours is the actual live presentation itself. Maybe they're able to get 10 people, 20 people in there, but then they're able to take the video, they're able to upload it to their website, first they upload it to their YouTube channel, right? They're able to upload it to Facebook, and that's where they're able to get the biggest bang for their buck, right? Let's say they had, again, 10, 20 people at the live tour. Here you can see they've got 2,000 views on this. And just think about that for a second, right? If you guys have an in-person open house, how many people are you able to get there, right? I mean, compare that to 2,000 people. And this is just on YouTube. And then they're also leveraging their website to to create landing pages for each individual property, where they've got the videos, featured pretty heavily within there. And then let me go back to my slides real quick. In last year's presentation, I given a couple of different examples of companies that were doing 3D tours really well. This year, I'm ready to just declare Matterport as the clear winner. The Shannon Jones team actually includes Matterport tours in all of their listing packages. And let me go back to my screen again. Matterport is just the best. And again, I know we're running out of time. So, the quality of the image rendering is just, it's incredible. With Matterport, it's fantastic because you can essentially, as someone that's looking to tour the property, you can go through it at your own pace. You can, look up, look down, you can seamlessly move into rooms. You can go inside, outside. It's just, it's the best. And I highly recommend including Matterport and in your listing packages and making that a real focus. And sellers love it. Okay, and last but not least is number 5, hyperlocal web presence. So pretty much every single thing that we talked about in this presentation, your website, every year, the website, the agent website becomes more and more important as far as becoming your primary selling tool. A good website is going to be able to integrate everything that we talked about, right? It's going to be able to integrate your database. It's going to be able to feed leads directly into your CRM. You'll be able to automate a lot of stuff. You can, what are let me just take a look at the chat real quick and the polls. Sorry, at the very beginning, I think we had a poll showing, which was what you felt the biggest opportunity of 2021 is. If you guys haven't seen that already, I think there should be a polls tab and you can click and vote. And I'd love to just go through those results at the end. But within your website, again, you can, there it is. I actually got the poll myself, and I'm going to click video content as what I think the biggest opportunity is. So within your website, you can integrate all your video stuff. Obviously, all the stuff you're doing, if you're uploading videos to YouTube, all that can be integrated into the website. Your Facebook and Instagram ads are all going to point back to your website. Your virtual open houses are all going to be hosted within the listing pages on your website. And so more and more, especially, when you look at a lot of the stuff that Zillow is doing and how they're taking ownership of more and more, it's becoming more important to just own your web presence, own your website, and be able to control what people are seeing, right? What your potential clients are seeing. Be able to leverage your website for social proof. Like, we live in an age now where people don't even buy a pack of batteries unless they've read 50 Amazon reviews for it. So obviously, your website should be your biggest selling tool. You should be able to go to sleep at night knowing that anyone that goes to your website is going to be there's going to be proper funnels in place, whether they're a buyer or seller. In fact, let me just, as interesting as it is to hear me talk, it's probably better to show examples of this stuff, right? Let me go back to my screen and I'll just show you a couple examples real quick. I mentioned Joseph Ardenson at the beginning of this presentation. He's the guy that was doing the newsletter stuff. I think his website just does a fantastic job, and I'll try to move through this stuff as quickly as possible. Everything is just, first of all, a lot of agents make the mistake of their website just being like a simple IDX page with a little bit of information about themselves. You'll see with Joseph here, he's got just a couple of different menu items, right? These are the things that people most want to read about when it comes to doing business with the agent or team. He's got success stories, meet the team, and then the entire website is either focused on buying or selling. If you go to the buyer or seller pages, they're going to list out like all the different benefits you get of selling your property with them. If you scroll down the page enough, there's a call to action that pops up on any page of the website, and that call to action is always going to be contextual to whatever the page is. So if this is a seller page, that call to action should be a selling related call to action. You got to check out our guide on how to upsize into a new home in San Diego. Click here to view the guide, and this would go to a page where you can capture their information. Joseph's also doing, let me go back to the slides. I mentioned the market updates that Joseph was doing. So, he's got that all housed in the website. He's got call to actions throughout the website, directing people to his YouTube page where people can subscribe to his channel. Every market update that he does. He's got a blog post, which is good for SEO, and he's got the videos integrated in there. And so just a quick little plug for my company, AgentFire. You guys may have noticed we're doing a lot of promotion with Inman this year. That's because we've just had a lot of success and we're able to afford being able to do promotion through Inman because it's really expensive. And so, and a big part of our success, the entirety of our success has come from positive reviews. People leaving us positive reviews on Google and Facebook. We have the best reviews of any real estate website solution in the industry for multiple consecutive years. And what the beauty of our product, very quickly, is with AgentFire, you can get started for as little as $129 a month. That's our core base package, and then it's infinitely scalable. So you can add design packages if you want to work with a marketing team. Rather than signing up for these all-in-one solutions that charge you thousands of dollars a month, and then the marketing isn't even that great. You have the option to work with companies, third parties like Dippity, who I mentioned in, I think, slide 3 of this presentation, or GGMS Media, who does the best Google ads in the industry. And so with AgentFire, you get a beautiful hyperlocal website that you can get started at $129 a month, and then you can scale it with your business as you grow. And you can add options that, like, we're not forcing these options on you like most solutions do. You're able to kind of pick and choose and build the solution that's perfect for you. We do have a promotion that we've prepared for Inman specifically. So if you go to agentfire.com/promo, you can get that promotion. And I think we have a couple of minutes now to go through some questions. So let me check the chat. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I guess maybe let me know in the chat. And I will also, I'd like to talk about a few more things. I'd like to actually talk a little bit more about video stuff. So little known fact about me, in my spare time, I make videos. If you guys, I think you guys can see in the background, I've got two guys working. I basically got like a full video production team. And in my spare time, show my screen. I actually have YouTube, my own YouTube channel. It's actually the fastest growing self-development YouTube channel in South America. And so I'm very familiar with the sort of opportunities that are available within YouTube. Again, I showed you guys a couple examples of clients who are really capitalizing on YouTube. A lot of people don't understand that YouTube is the second biggest search engine behind Google. And YouTube is the place that real estate agents just aren't active there. There's massive opportunity there. Just like Facebook ads was the big opportunity in 2016, YouTube is like 100% the biggest opportunity right now. And I mean, to get started with YouTube, I have in my pocket, this is a Samsung Galaxy S21. You guys can see it's got 6 different camera. I don't even know what the hell all these do, but basically the result is I'm able to do video at scale, extremely high quality video. I've got a very expensive equipment, and this phone is like almost as powerful as that stuff. And so all you need is this, maybe a gimbal, so it's not jerking around. And ideally someone to maybe even hold the camera while you speak. And you can record videos. You can then go onto websites like Fiverr and Upwork and find people to edit the videos down for, you could probably even find people to do this stuff for $10 a video. And then you can also use those same services to get thumbnails. You can get thumbnails for $5 a thumbnail. Upload this stuff to YouTube, add in a couple of tags, and you'd be surprised at the sort of results you're able to generate, especially if you're in an area like the Bluegrass Team that I showed you guys earlier, where they've got just really interesting properties. They've got massive acreage. They've got lots of people across the U.S. that are looking to move to areas like Kentucky, where they're just looking to get away from people, and so they're able to capitalize on all that interest and all of that traffic. Again. If you guys are interested in taking advantage of our Inman promo, you can go to agentfire.com/promo. You can also make sure to check out our complete product tour. We've got tour pages for agents, teams, and brokerages. You can book a demo with one of our product specialists. That's all I got. So thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a great day.